All right, we should be live to YouTube now. Did you post the link to my YouTube video in your YouTube's chat?
I'm about to.
If you could do that, that'd be incredibly
Doing
awesome.
it, you whore.
Because my half of the show has just started. Hey, everyone, welcome to Awesome Hardware. This is a live show. Talk about technology. We do it every Tuesday evening, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. We stream live to twitch.tv/awesomehardware, our entire show, or if you want to watch the individual halves, the first half is episode 93, part A, that we just streamed for like an hour and 15 minutes over on Cal's channel, Bitwit. It was awesome. We had lots of fun, talked about stuff, interesting things. If you didn't watch that, maybe you should watch that first. That would at least give you a better explanation of why we are slightly inebriated. Speaking of that, we do tend to drink a beer or two while we do the show.
A beer or two or three or four.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Cheers to you guys. We encourage you to do the same if you're of age, of course, and always drink responsibly. Also, a quick disclaimer or warning that we do use adult language and often talk about adult themes on the show. So if you're a younger person, turn it off right now. Don't watch.
Don't do it.
It'd be terrible.
It's bad for your health.
Terrible things. Terrible things. If you want to help support our channels and you like what we do, I don't know why, but
don't do it.
Some people still do that. So check out my store, pulsarbar.net. You can buy shirts, mugs, pint glasses. I have organic cotton beanies. I have polo shirts. They're all very good and high quality products.
Are they good for playing polo?
They
like. What if I'm a polo enthusiast? Will that shirt help me in any way?
Yes, it'll make you at least 10% better.
Brilliant. I will buy 10 of them.
Yes. Also, Kyle's store is bitwit.tech/store. Right, just there. Yep. He's having a sale on his hoodies right now. If you want $10 off of those,
it's cold, bitches.
Great deal.
Get
also,
a fucking hoodie.
He recently added mugs, and he has
shit.
Tall boy pint glasses, which we have yet to try ourselves, but we hear they're awesome.
Yeah, we hear they're. I've heard so many good stories
from everyone we've talked to.
Yeah,
says they're great.
Buy a glass or two, and drink beer out of it.
At least.
Just fucking.
At least why are you talking like Rachel?
She's the queen. She's the queen of man.
All right. So anyway, thanks you guys so much for being here, and we do hope you enjoy the second half of the show. I do have a few technology things to talk about, and then we have a bunch of questions for you guys. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be fan interaction. It's gonna be wonderful. Anyway, though, let's get right into it with
let's get right into the news.
News. I forgot to do the lower thirds. To clearly establish and delineate the segments that we go through on this show.
How else would we keep the show
We're going to start the second half with news. We always do that. Okay. Back to the news. So Asus has this new thing. JJ was like trying to talk to me about this when he came over in December, and he was explaining how it's better than the Raspberry Pi and
shut up, JJ.
In all these different ways. It's like, JJ, I don't have enough familiarity with the Raspberry Pi to know why this is better in all these different ways, but nevertheless, here it is.
Let me explain it to you, Bo.
This is called the Asus Tinkerboard.
Tinkerboard?
Which sounds just
makes me want to think like Tinkleboard. Like Tinkle.
It makes me think of Tinker... Wait, no, what
Tinkerbell?
No, not Tinkerbell.
Tinkerboard.
What were those?
Oh, like the kids thing, right?
They're like wood things, and you had things...
Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys, yes. It's a very clear, very obvious answer to that. I don't know why. Yeah, Tinker Toys. Yeah, I remember Tinker Toys.
Yeah, Tinker Toys are fun.
Those were great. Anyway, this is sort of an alternative to what the Raspberry Pi does, which is it's got a tiny little processor on there.
Oh.
And basically, it's a tiny little computer on a little board, and it's very small, 8.5 centimeters by 5.3 centimeters. It has a quad-core 1.8 gigahertz ARM Cortex A17 CPU. In there, it's up in there. I don't.
All up
is that what that is? I don't know if that's.
It's
what
a
that
rock
is.
chip.
That says rock chip. I don't know if that's the CPU or not. Anyway,
it's the.
All sorts of fun stuff though. 2 gigs of dual-channel LPDDR3 memory, which I have a feeling must be on the other side of the board. Unfortunately, this ARS Technica article doesn't have a picture of the other side, but it's got gigabit LAN, Bluetooth 4.0, 802.11bg, and Wi-Fi. 4 USB 2.0 ports, contact points for PWM and SPDIF signals, a 40-pin internal header with 28 GPIO pins, which I believe is what this array is down here at the bottom.
So that's something that the Raspberry Pi does not have, correct?
No, the Raspberry Pi does have GPIO pins, which is general purpose I/O, which is why it's used for like makery things and whatever. It's because you
It's
have
just
these
it's
pins.
a power
Like,
connection.
you can have a signal that goes out and in on the pins,
power,
and that's how you control things that you might connect to it.
Sure.
General purposely.
So is this pretty much same spec as far as the latest Raspberry Pi goes, or is it a little bit more high end?
I again, like JJ's sort of rundown of this to me as I was driving him back to his hotel in December is where I got most of the information other than this article. So what he said painted it as very much like, wow, it's like a Raspberry Pi, but it's like more powerful and stuff. The Raspberry Pi we just talked about last week recently introduced a new CPU module that's 10 times as fast.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this adds up. But in any case, it is another option for people who want to tinker and do maker stuff and build little robots that will eventually take over humanity and kill us all or something like that. It costs 55 British pounds.
Is that my wife?
Was that no? She's not. Was that really the doorbell?
It sounded like it, didn't it?
If that was really the doorbell, I should probably answer it.
Answer it.
Okay. Kyle's gonna entertain everyone while I answer the door. Sorry about the dogs.
Let's see how much beer I can drink in 5 seconds.
Hey.
Who is that? I hear someone's voice. Paul went outside. He closed the door, but I can still hear him vaguely. It was a man's voice. Hopefully a pizza man, because pizza sounds fucking delicious right now. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. It's a pizza. I see pizza. I see pizza. There's a pizza box. Who says pizza? Ryan? Shrout?
Stro, I think.
Brian Stro?
BPS?
Brian.
What about Brian? Do we know who might send us?
I thought you said Ryan.
Oh, Brian.
Brian. Right? Was that you, Brian? Was that BPS?
It's from Brian. Wait, is there a note on here or something?
I don't see anyone in chat. Who was it?
Merrick, so...
Oh! Cornhole guy! Cornhole and Princess Brad guy.
Yeah.
Hey! Dude! And he paid for it?
Yes. And he tipped. So classy. Very classy.
Well, shit. If you pay and you tip for the pizza that you're sending us, I'm cool with it. Because... What? What are you looking for?
Oh, here we go.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much.
That's why. This is because... we keep ignoring him when he's asking us about those.
Woo! What's he asking us about these?
Because he's offering to us to sell these, and we're terrible people. We haven't.
I'm totally down to sell these. I wore mine at CES.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in my videos. Like I repped it for like a couple of the videos.
It must have been the last day because I didn't.
I think this is like one of my favorite shirts right now.
It's a great shirt.
It's good because ever since I saw Princess Bride, I'm like, this movie's amazing. But yes,
thank you, Brian.
Very much, Brian.
Thank you very much.
Happen to look what toppings were on the pizza?
No, I didn't even look. It's right there though. Should I look?
Doesn't matter. I'll eat it. I'll eat it anyway.
Well, I thought you said your wife was gonna come and pick you up.
Well, screw my wife. Just give me a piece. Just give me a slice. Just give me a slice, Paul. Just give me one little.
It's pepperoni and sausage.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And maybe also ham or something.
I can be a meat eater for one night. That's cool.
Damn it.
I just would hate for a fan to go through all that trouble and send us a pizza and us not eat it live on stream. You know what I mean? Like I'm really doing it for him. Like I don't even care about what I want. You know, it's just like I'm trying to be selfless here, and I'm trying to look out for the little guy, and they're like, give me that shit. It's all for Brian. Oh my god, this looks amazing. This looks amazing. Who is this?
Here.
Pizza God? What is the name of this place that he went to?
It's Papa John's.
Papa John's?
I think.
I thought Papa John's put all the ingredients underneath the they buried it. Like
Papa John's is pretty good.
I thought they were like ashamed of like their toppings. Like we bury all of our toppings underneath the
Here, I want some
cheese ground. Yeah, Hero smells it. He's
Papa
like,
John's
oh.
because it's got the garlic
Nom.
stuff on the back. All right.
My wife must never know.
Beautiful timing. I won't tell her.
Of course you won't.
There's no way she's watching the show. Wouldn't she be watching the show to gauge when she needs to come over and pick you up?
I hope not.
Okay, I'm just gonna have one bite.
Foolish. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
You've made my night.
So
Quite magical. I'm never gonna be the same.
What?
What?
When was the last time you had like a pepperoni pizza?
Well, a year ago.
Really?
A pepperoni pizza. I've not had a pepperoni pizza for like a year. At the very least. It's good.
Is Heather gonna be mad at you?
It's quite amazing. No. I just, I smack her around a little bit. She's fine.
Nobody should tweet Heather at wifey sauce. Nobody tell her. Keep this a secret. That'd be bad if anyone told her about this.
You're a dick.
Especially with screen caps of Kyle with a piece of pizza going into his mouth.
I'm eating it sideways from here on out. Look at this sideways pizza that I'm... The mushroom and broccoli is just impeccable.
It could have been any pizza. It could have been a vegetarian pizza. Who knows?
What a sustainable pizza I'm eating right now.
Why couldn't this have come like right at the end of my half of the show? Now I'm just gonna be drooling the rest of the time.
You have to talk.
It's gonna be dangerous.
And I don't.
Shut up! All right, shut up. I'm gonna go through this really fast.
All right.
So
Speed run.
back to the subject at hand. The Tinkerboard from Asus, right? Okay. It's got the GPIO pins we already talked about, one 3.5mm audio jack connection, a CSI port for a camera connection, a DSI port for supporting HD resolution, a single HDMI 2.0 port to support 4K resolution, also micro SD support that supports UHSI. It includes a power supply. No, it doesn't include a power supply. You need a 5-volt, 2-amp standard USB-like power brick to power it, but most people have that, which is part of the reason they were like, hey, let's just use that. Yeah, like a standard USB power brick. It needs to be 2 amps, so it needs to have a little bit more juice than your typical one that might not be 2 amp, but it's not that uncommon. Anyway, it can run 4K H.264 or H.265 video, which is pretty cool if you're going to build a very small HTPC rig or something like that with it, or something just for video playback. Although, do bear in mind, can't do that with Netflix because you need Kaby Lake for that. 55 pounds if you're buying it with GBP, or $69 US is how much this thing costs. Sweet. The Asus
69. I think you said 55. No?
55 pounds.
Oh, okay.
That's if you're in Great Britain.
Yeah.
Next up, ASRock is showing this DeskMini GTX/RX using a Micro-STX motherboard with MXM support.
Ooh, Micro-STX. That's a form factor you don't hear of often.
Yeah, it's drip. All right, that's dripping. I'm just making sure it's not.
It's on the plate.
I saw it drip, and I was like, all right, just make.
And there's a towel underneath.
Make sure it's either on the plate or on your razor blade, and not on the wood finish.
It's not on the wood finish. There's 2 layers of security here.
Cool. Just making sure there.
God.
Anyway, this is
salty
so yeah.
He's not eating pizza right now.
ASRock has essentially made their own motherboard form factor, or at least size, but it's at least slightly derived on Mini STX. So this is Micro-STX, which is what ASRock made up. Mini STX is a 5-inch by 5-inch motherboard design that Intel actually kind of showed off last year, which is basically very similar to like Mini ITX, but it's slightly bigger. And Intel made it to mainly show off CPU capabilities while not focusing as much on PCI expansion.
What are those slots on
and that
the
kind
left?
of thing. This here?
Yeah.
That is a single slot. That is an MXM slot. So, yeah. ASRock basically took Intel's Mini STX and they extended it this way to make it a little bit taller, and are calling it essentially Micro-STX. And they've extended it basically to provide support for GPUs, but it still has a socketed CPU. Note that the CPU socket up here, and this is a Z270 board, by the way. So the CPU socket over here is very interesting placement. It actually overlaps with the I/O a little bit, but they're using very low profile I/O right here, so that the CPU cooling solutions can still fit on top of that.
Are those SODIMMs?
Which is kind of interesting. Yes, SODIMM slots.
Wow,
So it uses the same type of memory that a laptop would use. And then again, this long slot down here at the bottom, which would be sideways. So a GPU sitting on here would be kind of flat against the board. And MXM is Mobile PCI Express Module, which is the standard for at least a slottable mobile GPU. So I'm not positive, but I feel like you should be able to get like a GTX 1070 or GTX 1080 MXM module. I'm not positive about that, but I feel like you should be able to do that.
Are you saying you need an adapter if you were to use a graphics, like just a regular discrete?
You can't use a regular discrete graphics card. You have to use an MXM graphics card.
Do they make those for 1070s and 1080s?
That's what I'm not sure about, but I feel like that should exist because 1070s and 1080s are integrated into laptops. But I don't know if they're integrated into laptops with MXM connectivity.
What cards currently offer MXM connectivity?
Lots of laptop GPUs.
Okay, so
it's a low profile laptop GPU connection solution that was made so you could have not a discrete GPU but at least a slotted GPU in a laptop, so you could swap it out to provide laptops with different configurations. So you could have some laptops with better GPUs and some laptops with worse, but you wouldn't have to integrate them all directly onto the laptop PCB. Yes, so again, I'm not sure if that exists with a 1070 or 1080, but I feel like it should. Anyway. Point being, though, that on the back of the motherboard is actually where the chipset is. So chipset's right there on the back.
Is that 4 M.2 slots?
Yes.
Good lord.
Three of them are actually M.2 slots, and all three of those support PCIe 3.0 by 4 capabilities, thanks to what the chipset has support for. Note that is through the chipset, so of course you're not going to get like full RAID support functionality and throughput for all of them at the same time, but you can at least connect them all up, which is nice. Also on the back you have like the battery for the CMOS and that kind of thing. So all in all, you get a very low what could potentially be a very low profile package. You get connectivity for modern type stuff like PCIe 3.0 by 4. I'm sorry, USB Type C, USB 3.0 Type A, couple audio jacks, Realtek ALC 283 audio, and an Intel i219-V gigabit Ethernet controller, as well as some USB 2.0 and the hell was that?
As long as it's one of your components that's not important.
What?
I just dropped it.
Oh, that's one of the mod mic accessories.
Doesn't matter. Continue.
Yeah, anyway, kind of interesting. They had it actually integrated into a system here. As you can see at the demo, at least this is where Anantech went and visited.
What case is that? Holy shit.
I don't know. It's probably a custom or specifically designed case.
I want it.
Previous versions of Mini STX have been mostly implemented in proprietary or like, embedded solutions, so not necessarily like DIY type stuff.
Yeah.
But they have used this at least to outfit a single little tiny DeskMini tiny PC here that has a pretty good amount of functionality, as well as a socketed CPU, which means
that's fun.
You have the potential for upgrades, and that kind of thing, which is cool.
That is cool.
Yay!
I like that. That's a cool motherboard.
Damn it, Mir. All right.
I want one.
Next up, we have 3D TV is officially dead. Sony and LG have dropped their support for 3D movies and TV shows.
What? 3D movies and TV shows? What?
And in their at-home TV monitors or whatever.
At-home TV monitors.
Like the TVs that they're selling you to use at home.
Okay.
This started last year. Samsung and Philips abandoned 3D TV support in 2016. LG and Sony were the only two major TV makers that still supported it, and they're dropping support for the models that they're putting out in 2017.
Sure.
Basically, 3D TV is stupid.
Oh,
it sucks. It's not that great.
Yeah.
It's annoying because you have to wear glasses and stuff.
No one's gonna.
And people just didn't like the experience.
It's stupid.
It didn't bring more to the table. Smaller names like Sharp, TCL, and Hisense have also, if they had it in 2016, did not announce any new 3D TVs in 2017.
Right.
Excitement for this particular technology seems to have peaked in 2010, a good 7 years ago, after Avatar released, because Avatar used 3D and people were super excited about all that nonsense.
Sure.
But really tapered off after that. I was never into 3D. I always saw it as a marketing gimmick that they were trying to be like,
Yep.
You need a new TV now, the one that supports 3D. They said it was going to take off and that everyone would need it and that it would be blah blah blah. But no, it didn't. It hasn't, and it's dead now.
It's one of those technologies where you're like, oh, this could be cutting edge, and then you like actually experience it, and you're like, no, this is a marketing ploy. I actually have a 3D TV that I have never used. It came with 2 pairs of glasses or goggles or whatever the fuck they are, and I don't think my wife and I have ever used them because it's just I don't know. How would you explain why 3D sucks? First of all, it gives me a headache when I watch any more than like 10 minutes of it at a time. And I don't know, the fact that you have to wear glasses during a movie is kind of shit, especially when you already are wearing glasses like you or I. It's like, what am I gonna like change into contacts just so I can watch this movie?
Yeah.
So I can like wear glasses anyway?
That would be annoying.
That's fucking stupid.
So, for me,
I don't understand.
It was always that your brain knows what the information that your eyes are sending to it, and your brain infers 3D dimensionality naturally based on any image that you're looking at. 2D images, it happens all the time. Or if you're looking at a 2D image on a screen. I can look at a picture right now because I have this like landscape picture, and I can look off in the distance at what's going on there. Like, it happens to like so any 3D movie that I've gone and seen, it's like obviously when you first put it on and you first go into it, like it's it's very obvious to you.
Yeah.
But you start to just ignore it, and it's just be like, I'm watching this image that's going on, and it's 3D and whatever. So it really doesn't add that much in my mind to the experience.
Right.
It seems like most people agree because people haven't bought into this, obviously, since they're dropping all support for it.
I think it's also a factor of like the production companies that are making these movies who are not like basing their movies around 3D technology. Like the scenes that they're filming and the types of CG that they're implementing into their videos and into their movies, they're not thinking about like what's the 3D viewer going to see. You know what I mean? Like it's like VR. Like if you're developing a game for VR, you're specifically thinking about how the VR user is going to be interacting and interfacing with your game. Whereas in Hollywood, they're just thinking about making a regular movie that they're expecting most people to be watching in a 2D theater without goggles.
If I was a director, I'd be pissed if I suddenly had to change the way I was directing something specifically to cater to a 3D audience. So
right.
There it is. The theater is, however, a place that 3D still is around and still is somewhat viable because some people do appreciate that. And when you have the big screen experience, it is slightly different. But anyway, when it comes to TVs, at least, sales of 3D TVs have declined every year since 2012, representing just 8% of total TV sales in 2016, down from 16%, so that's like half from 2015. And my question is, when will curved TVs also join them? Because curved TVs are stupid too.
Yeah, they are.
And you don't need a curved TV, and nobody needs to upgrade to a curved TV. If you're upgrading,
total fad.
You should be upgrading to 4K. You should upgrade into UHD.
Yeah.
You should get
HDR
TV. You should
OLED?
get one that OLED if you can afford it. Those are still pretty expensive, but they're out
worth
there.
It.
Yeah, but there you go. 4K TV sucks. I'm not 4K. 3D TV sucks. Okay. Next up, here's a report out of China.
Tsinghua.
Kyle, if you guys didn't notice, Kyle took all the good stories this week.
No, this is a good one. I almost took this story.
You did?
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to leave this one for Paul.
Tsinghua. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Tsinghua. Kyle will pronounce it in a much more offensive way.
You're welcome.
He thinks he can do that because he's Thai, even though he's not Chinese. Let me point that out to any of you Chinese people.
I am
watching.
an 8th Chinese.
You're an 8th Chinese?
I am.
Kyle can be racist towards Chinese people, too,
I'm
because
a man
he
of
is
the
an
world.
8th Chinese.
Who knows?
Anyway, Tsinghua Unigroup is part of the Chinese state-controlled Tsinghua University.
Tsinghua!
And it is investing $30 billion... making me seem racist. They're investing $30 billion to build a new DRAM and NAND fab, a factory, a manufacturing plant in Nanjing, China.
Ding, ding.
They're seeking to rapidly expand after their 51% buy-in of the Yangtze River Storage Technology Company, which recently announced separate 24 billion DRAM and this other company, the Yangtze River Storage Technology Company, recently announced a separate $24 billion DRAM and NAND fab in Wuhan, China. So basically you have two massive investments going on for fabs making DRAM and NAND flash memory, both in China and both associated with this same company, the Yangtze River Storage Technology Company. The NAND industry, meanwhile, is currently in a bit of a shortage. They have actually the largest shortage in its history right now. NAND prices have been going up. We've seen some SSD prices creeping up as well as a result. But many industry analysts predict that we will experience yet another DRAM shortage as well in the coming months. So I don't know if that's going to apply to DDR4, DDR3, both.
That could spike the prices of DDR4 then.
Potentially, yes. We've seen this happen before. I've seen it happen with like DDR2, where DDR2 was like really cheap, and then suddenly it's like everything doubled, and it was like stupid, and I hated it.
That sucks. DDR4 was just getting like really cheap.
Yeah. Well, there's been consolidation. There's not that many different companies that actually have fabs that manufacture these semiconductor based components. Sure. The rash right now of 3D NAND development delays have delayed major players such as SanDisk, Toshiba, SK Hynix, and to a lesser extent Intel and Micron. Intel and Micron are like the U.S. based ones. I believe all the other ones are owned by like Korea, or of course the new ones directly by China. Entrance of the potentially unpredictable Tsinghua group could upset the delicate supply balance that these existing companies have set up, thus causing an eventual glut. So a shortage right now, but then if these companies all start ramping up production, could flip-flop the other way to a glut, which then makes it more difficult for the existing companies to stay in business if prices suddenly drop. Of course, that's good for consumers, so there's like two ways to sort of look at this story and the outcome.
Better prices, but less options, because people start dropping out.
So my first question is going to be, how long is it going to take to get these fabs up and running? I mean, we have massive investments of $30 billion and $24 billion, but how long is it really going to take for them to start producing products that get into the market and influence prices? And then the second question is, like, well, I don't know, the two ways to look at this. One is that the new manufacturers could put more stuff onto the market, which could lower the price for DRAM and NAND, which could be good for the consumers. The other side of it is that they could undercut existing manufacturers and cause problems for them, for the existing companies that are making them, and the fact that it's a state-owned company in China, and that China has sort of a bit of a past in certain industries of going out there and undercutting other companies due to the fact that it's state-owned, and they can give themselves tax breaks and that kind of thing. So it's really difficult to see how this is going to play out, but it's all happening.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it comes down to for this one. Anyway,
that sounds lovely.
It's quite lovely. Yes.
I like
some cutting, incisive op-ed going on there at the end. Okay. Now it's time for Sword Fight. Sword Fight's where Kyle and I argue about stuff. We take opposing sides. And Sword Fight, actually, we have a little bit of a backstory for Sword Fight this week. Kyle, do you use Discord?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, I use Discord to talk to friends stuff all the time.
Discord's pretty cool.
Yeah, Discord's awesome.
Discord I feel like has really...
It's my favorite.
Has really emerged over the past year to 2 years as sort of the de facto go-to standard team speak-ish replacement for people who need to communicate in a group environment online easily and simply, and it's got a nice client app that you can load up and everything.
UI is fairly user-friendly.
And it's all free. It's all free, 100% free.
Yeah, of course.
You just get it, and you run it,
Yep.
and it works.
Sure.
Which is probably why it's done so well.
You could pay $5 a month for a
now
subscription.
Now you can pay for it, though. Who wants to pay for it?
I mean,
Okay, so Discord is introducing Nitro, Discord Nitro, which is basically a monthly subscription to Discord. So whereas before you got it free, now you can pay $5 a month.
So what do I get with a $5 a month subscription?
You're right, Kyle. It would make sense that you would get something in return for that.
I would hope so.
Just to be clear, the core voice and text communication app, the core functionality of Discord, is not changing in the least. I want to be very clear about that. Discord is not suddenly charging people for money for what was previously free.
It's
just
more than what you already have.
They still have no server fees, no user cap fees, no messaging fees, or any of that kind of nonsense. Okay. But if you want to pay for Discord Nitro, you can. And then you get this pig. This is a cool
little guy.
Look at that pig.
There's a pig?
Driving like a unicycle motorcycle.
Is it a pig?
Which is kind of fun. That's a pig, right?
That looks like just a gamer. It looks like a fat guy.
But it's got a pig nose.
No, there's no nose. Where's the nose?
Alright, never mind. Shut your mouth. Alright, you do get things. You do get things. You get an animated avatar, so you can upload a GIF avatar that plays in your profile and when moused over in chat. Animation.
Hey.
A visual customization.
Sure.
You get to use custom emojis everywhere, so you get a global passport to use your custom emojis on every server or direct message. You get a boosted upload limit. You can share big images and files with a larger upload size of 50 megabytes. That's up from what you get by default of 8 megabytes. And you can rep your Discord support by displaying a special badge in your profile that says, "Hey, I paid for this shit, all you slackers who are paying nothing, you losers. Why don't you pay for things?"
How is this $5 a month? For what? For like,
it's $5 a month. You can also pay $50 a year, which is you get a couple months free.
I mean, who needs more than 8 megabytes of upload limit for Discord?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kyle, because this is sword fight, and we're going to argue about this.
Well, you already know which side I'm leaning towards, Paul.
I do?
Yes.
I guess I can.
I'm leaning towards the I need more beer side, so I'm gonna get more beer.
You got a beer?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm running behind. So although Kyle can't see it,
I can see it. I'm here.
Here's the question that we're asking you guys: should you pay $5 a month for Discord?
No, don't do it.
Also pointing out that Strawpoll still can't just do basic conjugations here. Not conjugations.
Give me your opener thingy.
Oh yeah.
I got it now.
I got it.
I'm gonna do it.
Basic contractions here.
Shit.
Why can't Strawpoll handle contractions? Anyway. Should you pay $5 a month for Discord?
Survey.
Yes, I'm just glad to
Survey
support such a useful app and its developers. Yes, those rewards really speak to me. Custom avatars make me feel special.
Dumb.
No! It's supposed to be free, and talking about money offends me. Or no, more reasonable, no offense or anything. I can't pay that money. Paying money costs me money.
I can ampersand.
So choose one of these and argue about it. Give me a 1 minute or less argument.
Yeah, I'll give you a 10 second.
10 second.
No, I'm gonna say no. This is a free app, and talk of money offends me. Come on, we're talking to people. You're allowing me to talk to people on the internet. Fucking bravo! Thanks for giving me a technology that we've had for years and years. I'm not gonna pay $5 a month for that freaking privilege. If you're not, I'm just gonna put everyone on speakerphone and we'll just have a fucking gangbang that way. I'm gonna pay $5 a month for this shit. Are you kidding me? I pay $8 a month for Netflix, and that gives me like endless amounts of content. You're giving me the ability to talk to this guy. Who gives a fuck?
Is that what you use Discord for? Is gangbangs?
Yeah, it's this metaphorical vocal gangbangs. Just a bunch of people just in a circle, just going all at the same time.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's a vocal gangbang. No, I'm not gonna pay for Discord. Go.
All right.
Stupid.
Strong words, Kyle. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say the first one. Yes, I'm just glad to support such a useful app and its developers.
Dumb.
I think some of the reason that Discord has become so popular is because the developers behind it have expressed effectively on the internet that their mission is to provide people with a service that's free. They have a business arrangements here that obviously they're needing to expand a bit so that they can continue to provide this quality service. And you know, when somebody's providing something like that, and especially when they're providing it for anyone to use, just download a little app or client or whatever and load it up. You know, and especially when it's something that I've gotten enough use out of that I feel like, you know, this free thing is something that I feel like is bringing value to me, then that's something that I'm willing to say, I'll pay a little bit for that. And you know what? I don't even care about these little bonuses, the little add-ons that they're offering, because honestly, most of these are not like functionally useful a lot. The upload limit, yes, is slightly, but you still get 8 megs, and that's still useful for most of what you might want to do in there. Everything else, avatars, emojis, you know, a badge or whatever, that's all just, you know, fluff or whatever. But really, it's there so that you can say, hey, you guys are doing a good job. Here's a little cash. Hopefully you can keep it up, and hopefully this app will continue to be a good thing that people are able to use. And that's what I think about that. Anyway, let's see what you guys think.
You're wrong.
Not wrong.
You're wrong. Everyone agrees with me because they know you suck.
People just can't fit in the budget. Wow.
Double no.
Wow, nobody wants to give Discord
70,
money.
80%. 80% of people do not want to pay for Discord.
All right. Well,
80%. That's pretty overwhelming.
But you know what? You know what's nice though?
What?
Is even because this is how this is actually functionally how this should work.
What?
Because you might have 80% of people who are just using this and getting use out of it for whatever reason and being like, no, I'm not going to pay for this.
Because that's all it's worth. Yes.
If 17% of people, or even 20% of people, if you look at both of the yes options, do say, hey, you know what? I'm going to kick down a little bit of cash. That's probably more than enough to support the other 80%, which is a nice way of how software development in this type of way can work.
At the same time, have you seen how many people, like, when I've like asked a question on Twitter, like, how many of you guys would be down to buy one of my t-shirts? And like 10,000 people reply, and then I like release the actual t-shirt that I promised, and like 3% of them buy it. I don't know if you've had any experience with that.
No, you're right.
But that's people are easy or quick to vote yes on a survey. But when push comes to shove and it's actually time to put their money where their mouth is,
that's how it goes.
Well, it's the internet. It's the internet. But I do get where you're coming from, and I think there is potential here for Discord to get a little bit more support for everything they do, because it is a pretty decent platform for VoIP.
It is.
It's my favorite so far. I like it more than GameVox that we used to use back in the day, and
yeah, GameVox. So where did GameVox go? Steve was all about. Steve's always my go-to for these, but anyway, I'm posting the next straw poll in chat right now, so we can get started on this one.
Oh.
All right. So
boy.
Obviously Kyle has been vegetarian. He's very strictly
pescatarian. I eat fish.
Fish. Only fish. Nothing else ever than fish.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
today.
Kyle ever eats.
Except for today, where I ate a slice
fish.
of pepperoni sausage pizza, and I regret nothing because it was delicious. I get to have a cheat day every now and then.
So here's the question: Is eating meat okay?
Yes.
This was all right. So let's be honest here. I'm going to be honest. This was originally so I could figure out what I was going to eat for dinner tonight after the show was over.
Ulterior motives.
And I had different options, and I was like, you know, maybe people can vote on this. Because obviously...
These are all meat.
Is eating meat okay? We have, yes, chicken, of course, healthy, sustainable, can provide a variety of ways.
Pork is the other white meat.
Pork, other white meat. Beef, a staple of American diet. I mean, who doesn't love a nice, warm, medium rare ribeye?
Eat all of them.
And then, obviously, we don't want to limit you guys. We want to give you options. So, of course, for a well-rounded diet, one should not limit oneself to a single type of meat. Because, obviously, there's others besides just chicken, pork, and beef. So, Kyle, which of these do you want to argue for?
Well, you went
being
first.
a vegetarian.
I went first last time.
Being
so
a pescatarian, of course.
you go first this time, Paul. Because
okay, I'm gonna go for
first.
beef. Specifically for beef here because medium rare ribeye. I mean, beef. Obviously, we have the cowspiracy and everything like methane emissions and all that kind of stuff. Nonsense. It's all bullshit. It's all provided by vegetarians who want to keep you from eating beef, which is healthy and good for you. Get a nice steak, medium rare. That's the most done you want to do it, by the way. I mean, if you want to go rare, medium rare, even towards the rare side. I don't want to say blue. I'm not going to say blue. Don't go blue. But if you want to go blue, just go blue.
What's blue?
What
the hell's blue? Is that blue? Is like blue bone rare like steak? Like it's like blood? It's just all blood? Is blue like the Michael Myers version of beef, where like it's freshly killed and
blue?
I've never ordered my steak blue before. What is blue?
Blue is somewhere between rare and raw.
Okay, it's like extra rare.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone order blue before.
The idea
I don't know anyone who does
blue.
that.
Blue is like the color of
blood before it leaves.
It hits oxygen.
Yeah.
Right? That's the theory behind that or something.
All
but
right,
blue.
Maybe I'll order some blue.
Blues. If you have a,
that's hardcore.
If you have a really,
that's like some vampire shit.
If I had like the nicest fillet, if someone was like, this is like Australian and Japanese Wagyu with Kobe, like
no chance of food poisoning,
orgy happened and whatever, and there's like the best steak ever, and some
so pure
small cow that was tied down and never allowed to move, and all this terrible stuff to make me the best type of meat possible. That big, blue. give me that blue.
Oh, it suffered that much? Fucking blue.
You don't want to cook
obviously.
that. You really don't want to. You want like the lightest possible bit of heat on each side. But anyway,
how many cow tears were contained?
Exactly.
Oh.
That's how we're going there.
Blue must be the option.
So
okay, you're gonna go with beef then. All right. Well,
beef. I guess that's what I was arguing for.
I'm gonna go with a well-rounded diet. I think it's good to
obviously
balance is always in order. So to have just one type of meat, I mean, just to have beef alone, that's as crazy as going vegan. I mean, let's be honest. If you're gonna just only eat steak, but you're never gonna have like a juicy chicken sandwich or some juicy fried chicken, or like a very tenderloin pork bone or something like that, or even like some carnitas tacos.
Ribs.
Some ribs, some baby back.
I'm married to my wife right now because of ribs.
Carnitas. You know what I mean? Carnitas. You're gonna like eat a fucking cow, but you're not gonna have any carnitas tacos. That is ridiculous. I think is eating meat okay is never a gray area. It's either yes, you eat all the fucking animals, just fucking cows, parrots, jaguars, you eat all the shit, or you're a shitty vegan and you eat nothing. So there's no in between. The fact that you just said beef alone is repulsive to me, and if you're a meat eater, if you're a true meat eater, you gotta be eating all 4 of the good food groups. Chicken, beef, pork, and miscellaneous, which is that other meat that we, don't really know of all the time, but is still really tasty. So that's what I would say. Eat all the meats. Eat all the meats. Don't discriminate. Don't hate.
So obviously this question was simply a trap for Kyle, and he was going to lose no matter what he chose. So I threw him a softball. Kyle got a softball.
Do you think I won?
Because how many... All right, here's a good question.
Which one would have won?
We have chicken, pork, and beef. Obviously, people eat those all the time.
Beef would have won.
What other meats have you enjoyed in the past?
Seafood,
of course.
I mean, there's
obviously seafood.
A pescatarian diet, like fish, crustaceans.
All right, real meat.
I mean, I guess like elk and deer. That sort of all comes under the beef. Sort of. I mean, aren't those the main 3? I mean, what else is there?
That's what I'm saying. Those are the main 3, but there's lots of others. I mean, like some
categories.
Duck. Say there's. I
guess it'd be like poultry type of thing.
Yeah, there's lots of other poultry and those kinds of options.
They all sort of fall under one of those 3 categories, I would think.
Still, one of the most delicious things that I've ever eaten. Still stays with me to this day.
Foie gras.
Is the foie gras.
Oh, I knew it.
Which was...
I knew it. in Taipei, right?
Yeah, which was I had it from my wife and I. We went there for our 1 year anniversary. We had dinner at the top of Taipei 101.
Yes.
It was like $500 or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Worth.
But it was so good. And I had foie gras, which is like a goose liver pate, and there's an apple thing, and it was just lamb. Oh yeah,
ooh,
lamb or
hell yeah,
yeah,
lamb's good.
So we get some lamb chops up.
Go
in there
for
or
Everett.
something. Anyway,
I like that reference.
all right. So let's see what people think of this one.
See how wrong you are.
See how wrong I truly am.
Hey,
Results.
eat all the animals.
Everything but beef.
Beef is
beef the most popular, with chicken coming in second. Pork. There's probably a lot of pork eaters went for the all round.
2%. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, good job, you guys.
Yeah.
Good voting.
You guys chose the right answer.
Everyone did well there.
These answers aren't subjective. They're a matter of fact, and you guys chose the right one.
So we've got maybe 15 or 20 minutes left, by my estimation, and we're moving into the latter half of the show, which means we've had more to drink.
Yep.
So sorry if we're not enunciating everything properly. Shut up, you grammar Nazis.
Shut up!
And is your wife on her way?
Yeah, she's on her way. She gotta get gas. She'll be fine.
We have two kind of short segments to end the show with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I made. Hold on.
Yes.
I gotta update this.
Oh, lower thirds for the audience.
Yes.
So
there we go.
I can kick it off. Do you want me to
ask the audience?
Paste this into Twitch chat.
That would be wonderful, Kyle. Thank you so much. Here's a new segment we have called Ask the Audience, because we let you guys ask us questions.
We've done this in the past.
Shut up, it's new.
No, I've done it before.
We let you guys ask us questions all the time, but it's time for us to ask you guys some questions.
Yeah, guys.
We'll of course be weighing in on these questions ourselves as well.
Yeah. All right.
Excuse me. And the first question that we're asking is pretty straightforward.
What are your plans for 2017?
That's right. If you guys are voting, you pasted this in chat, right?
Yes.
Did you paste it
Twitch
in?
chat. I don't have YouTube chat pulled up.
Why don't you have YouTube?
I said I would paste it in Twitch chat. That's what I said. I was like, I'll paste it in Twitch chat.
YouTube.
You said okay. You post it in YouTube.
All right, YouTube's got it too now. What are your plans for 2017? You can select more than one option if you want to. Of course, we have like interpersonal options, like get married, engage, start a serious relationship, get a new car, make more YouTube videos. That's one of mine. Tacos, just survive, exercise regularly, get in shape, finish my novel, epic new PC build. Plans, they suck. Continue my downward spiral towards rock bottom or world domination. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Kyle, do you have any... we're not in sword fight mode, by the way. We don't have to argue about these.
I'd have to agree with you. Make more YouTube videos.
Any of these?
That's what I'm trying to do. And tacos. YouTube videos. Tacos
probably. Is... Oh.
I would love to eat more tacos this year than I did in 2016. I feel like
I've been eating too much pizza so far this year.
Well, yeah, I'd like to curb that a little bit. Curb the pizza thing and emphasize more on the taco section.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, because I feel like I've been doing myself and my state a disservice. I mean, we're in Southern California where you can get good pizza pretty much anywhere in the nation, but good tacos only come from Southern California and other regions around our area where we're pretty close to Mexico. And people don't really realize it, but you can't get good Mexican food in many places in the U.S.
Just to point out,
you can't. It's not the same.
Also in Mexico, Mexico itself.
Yeah.
It's also... It's like Southern California and the places near Mexico are the only places to get good tacos.
Well, no, yeah, you could go to Mexico, but then you risk not being in America.
That's true.
Which is how far do you want to go for tacos?
There's a trade-off there.
There are good enough tacos in Southern California where I don't feel the need, I want to risk my life by going to Tijuana and potentially getting raided by some phony policia.
We also have some pissed off Texans in chat.
Texas. I said California and other areas. I didn't specifically say just Southern California because I know that there are other southern states that are really good with their Mexican food. I went to Austin not too long ago. I went to Austin not too long ago for the NVIDIA thing, and that was really, really good Mexican food that I had there.
California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas.
Yes, all the ones on the border there.
So any of those, if you're on the border right there,
remember
You could imagine a heat map with it getting colder as it moves further north, right? Like that's what I imagine.
Yes,
anyway.
Of course.
All right, so tacos.
I'm totally down with that.
I'm down with tacos too. Make more YouTube videos, obviously, as well. I mean, that probably doesn't apply to everyone. I'm theoretically trying to up my count to 4 per week because I usually do 3.
4 per week?
I actually did
4
that.
4 videos per week?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I thought you were only doing 2 per week. No?
Well, if you include the live show as one.
Oh, okay.
This is a video.
Yeah, okay. True.
You don't count this as a video?
Then I guess, did I have any inspiration for that? Because I told you recently that I was doing like 3 videos a week, just vaguely, but I wasn't sure if like that sparked any kind of inspiration.
You did your whatever that show was that you were doing last year for a while.
Oh yeah, but
as the 4th video.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's just a matter of.
I always forget that this is one of the shows.
Yeah.
I always like discount it. I was like, oh, that's not a video. That's just a stream. That's not. But it is. It is a video.
It totally is a video.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm
starting
glad
to
it counts
validate the show more
You.
frequently.
But yeah, 3 videos plus the live show versus what I do now, which is 2 videos plus the live show.
Yes.
But have to make sure that that's introduced in such a way that it doesn't, affect the quality of the videos being put out or anything like that.
Indeed.
Anyway, though, I'm curious as always to see what you guys think of this one. Epic new PC build. Totally wins. Wow. 19%. Just survive. I appreciate that. If you have, minimal, expectations, then it's an easier goal to achieve.
Sure.
Just surviving. Continue my downward spiral towards rock bottom. 12%. Hey, if you guys are in this boat, we're here for you.
It can't get much worse than what you're already at.
Yeah, just remember.
It's all uphill from here.
Just remember that we're all in this together.
Just tweet at me, bro.
We're all here to support each other. Exercise regularly, get in shape. I've been working on that a little bit.
Nice.
Trying here and there.
Yeah.
Slightly.
A little piece at a time.
A little bit at a time, yeah. Just about having good habits.
Yes.
Oh, I remember what I was supposed to do. Kyle.
What?
Straw poll.
Oh.
Actually, never mind. It's fine. We don't have enough time.
Okay.
Or at least we've already used up enough time. All right, next question here, for Ask the Audience, for you guys, and this is just one of those questions that I think is.
I'll post this on Twitch. You can post it on YouTube.
Okay, I'll post this to YouTube.
Twitch.
A question for you guys. We'll see what everyone thinks. This is has a bunch of price options for how much you spent on your GPU or GPUs. So whether you have, you posted that many times. Everyone in Twitch knows exactly what Kyle posted. How much did you spend on your GPU or GPUs? I'm just kind of curious about this because we have a lot of people who watch the shows. We have a lot of, I
got disconnected from Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle just got timed out for spamming.
Me for being spammy. That's okay. Well, I'm sure at least like 30,000 of you saw that first.
Way to go, links. Spamming Kyle.
That's okay. Yeah. All right. Continue.
So anyway, how much did you spend? Obviously, if you have multiple GPUs, then add them together. And I have $50 increments down here in the $100 range, and then it goes up to $100 increments later on. I feel like Kyle and I would both be embarrassed by the answer to this question.
Yeah.
Because I think both of us would say less than $100 if we were.
It's a little different though.
If we were answering honestly on how much we spent.
Our circumstances are a bit different than the average consumer, though.
That is true.
We do this for a living.
Did you post the link? Oh, I think you were timed out before you can even put the link.
No. What? No, I posted.
Spider's
the link.
got it. Thank you, Spider.
What?
I don't know. A bunch of people said that. Where's the
How
fucking
could I have
link?
gotten timed out on the first link that I posted though?
I don't know, but I don't see your posts.
What the fuck?
Maybe you were timed out from before for spamming, or maybe.
What? Jesus Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Thanks, Spider. Anyway.
Fucker.
So how much did you spend? All right, so this.
Let's
change it. Okay. Let's change it just for you and I. The system that you game on most consistently. How much would the GPUs cost right now?
Well, they're GTX 980 Ti, so around the $500 mark. Probably 1,000 total.
1,000. Okay, so you'd be up in the over 700 or more range.
Sure.
I kept this at like, basically if you're 700 or more, it means you're doing SLI with something big.
Yeah.
Or potentially like a high-end 1080, but most of the 1080s are going to be in the 600 to 699 range.
Sure. And
then, of course, all the lower dollar amounts there as well.
You're in the same category as I am.
I am, yes, because
290s.
that would be that system right there, which has two 1080s.
1080s, yeah.
And the reason I have that system there right now as well instead of Arctic Panther, because I still get questions all the time, I'm like, where's Arctic Panther? It's because Arctic Panther was designed to be an all-purpose machine, not just for gaming, but also for video editing. So it has a pretty nice storage configuration, including a 1.2 terabyte Intel 750 SSD and two Samsung 950s in RAID, two 512 gig 950s in RAID, and then another SSD and all that stuff, and the 8-core 5960X. So that system I moved to my our computer room over there, which is where I usually edit if I'm going to edit videos. And then back here is this system where I usually will come if I'm in a game, because this is where the Predator X34 is.
Yes.
Which is the more ideal gaming solution.
One of those 1080s is mine.
Yeah, one of those 1080s does belong to Kyle.
Is mine.
So just pointing that out.
Saying every frame rate, all the frame rates you see that Paul gets, like I own like half of those frame rates.
Also, neither of them have been updated with the latest firmware or given the ACX cooler update with the added thermal pads. Sure. So both of them could burst into flames at any moment.
Good to know.
It's also just...
Oh, I should...
Just pointing that out.
You are held accountable for
I'm pretty sure they're okay. I have gamed on them,
GPU.
like when we
They're
did...
good cards. They're reliable. They're very reliable.
When we did the charity live stream, I was gaming on them the whole time. That's probably the most stress I put on them for an extended period.
Yeah.
So anyway, that worked out. But all right, let's giving you guys enough time. Let's see what the results are here.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's surprising.
That is surprising.
I would have expected that 250 to 299.
Yeah, usually in my
that's really
from what I understand, the $250-ish range is like the sweet spot where most people spend their money. But either you guys are just bragging or
you
fucking with us or something.
1070s.
But it looks like $499. Yeah, 1070 apparently. That'd be where I think most of those sit. Or I didn't specify, but I was trying to say what did you spend on your GPU? So I guess if you bought last generation, then possibly something like a 980 Ti or a 980 or something like that. Sure. $300-$399 though is the second option. So there you'd have also like 1070, lesser priced 1070s, or maybe other GPU solutions. I guess a 970 if you bought it a year and a half ago would have been in that range as well. 700 or more with 13%.
Wow.
Got to go all the way down to the fourth position though to get to the 250 to 299 price range.
Yeah, that's crazy.
600 to 699 after that. Then the 200 to 249.
That's also like surprising me that 600 to 6 to 700 is outweighed or is about the same as the 2 to 250.
Yeah.
I would imagine that there'd be a lot more like GTX 1060 or RX 480 users than there would be GTX 1080 owners.
Yep.
But that's pretty insane unless you guys are just fucking with us.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's enough votes here that
they couldn't have conspired. Yeah.
Anyway, the super budget GPUs down at the bottom, 100 or 100 to 151 options, even up to $200. Actually, anything up to $200 is in the bottom, 16%, 17%?
Right.
And everything else is more expensive than that. Huh.
Gnarly.
Why do we get so many requests for like the budget recommendations and systems though and everything?
Where are all of those people?
Everyone's rocking such high-end hardware.
It's interesting.
That is interesting. I'd also be interested because obviously this is being streamed live, but this is also going to be up on YouTube, so people, all of these are linked in the description. If you want to vote after the fact, please feel free to do so. So I'd be curious to see how this all plays out towards the end. Anyway, though, that is pretty much all of our planned content for today. We're getting towards the end of the video. We're going to do a little bit of Q&A, so please feel free to start posting comments in chat if you want to. In the meantime, we are going to, of course, check out donations. And looks like we have 4 or 5 of these, so that's cool. Excuse me. So, yeah, let's go through those, and then we'll also do some Johnsons. Patrick Horgan donated $5. Thanks, Patrick. Says, love you guys. You're gods among men. Plus beer. Cheers. Patrick, you're a wonderful person for donating money, saying those wonderful things, and then not asking us to think to have to respond. So cheers to you as well.
$20 from Josh Helberg.
Thank you, Josh.
Great work, love your videos, and share this with Kyle, which he certainly will not. Thank you.
No, that balances out from last week.
Indeed. Yep. Thank you very much, Josh, for your kind words and donation.
I want to say cheers to Josh too, because he also
Josh.
did
cheers
at least as much as Patrick.
Yes, 20 British pounds from Tony C. Thanks for all the content,
Tony.
guys. Though I can't believe that I am awake to watch you live from the UK.
That's wonderful. I do not know what time it is in the UK right now.
Probably 13 hours. Maybe they're maybe like 8 hours. They're maybe like 8 hours ahead of us. So, well, yeah. I mean, I guess if we're like at 8 o'clock right now.
It is 3:54 a.m. in London right now.
Okay, and it's 7:54 here. So 3, 5, 6, 3.
You don't need to do any calculation. I just told you what time it is in London.
I was right.
What?
8 hours. It's about 8 hours difference.
Oh, you mean the actual... Okay, sure.
Yeah, number of hours difference. Makes sense. So thank you very much, Tony C. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Tony.
And we've also got a $1 donation from DD Mods.
It says he donated a few times already. Is that referring to Tony?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Well, Tony, if you donated a few times,
we're thankful to
cheers.
both of you. Paul, I need help with my first gaming PC. If there's a way we can get in contact, that would be great. I am lost with the BIOS on it and the software needed for my GPU, motherboard, etc. Thanks.
Okay. DD Mods, I would say Twitter is usually the best way to try to get in contact with me. Although I will also fully admit that I am not 100% up with replying to everyone on Twitter. I try to be, but I'm not always there to answer. So in the meantime, if you have not already checked it out, please do check out this video that I did just a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or 2 ago. Where is it?
Oh yeah.
Where'd it go?
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
I'm not holding on to anything.
Hold on. It's a first 5 things video.
We have 716 viewers right now.
Nice.
Pretty awesome.
Here it is. This video.
Pretty awesome.
So yeah, go check out this video. It's called First 5 Things to Do with a New PC Build. And basically I walk through after you've built the system and powered it on for the first time, what do? I go into the BIOS and do some settings, adjustments, and changes in there. I also go through setting up Windows and getting that installed for the first time and everything. And of course drivers, which if you need drivers for your GPU, you should be able to get those directly from NVIDIA if you have an NVIDIA GPU, or from AMD if you have an AMD GPU. AMD's newest stuff is called Relive, the Relive drivers, and AMD's actually been doing a really bang-up job with their drivers recently, so got to give them props for that. Anyway, do we have any other questions to pop through?
Not for donations.
Kyle, how long have you known Paul?
Since 2011. June.
Yeah, it was about that
June or
time.
July of 2011 is when I got hired at Newegg and met this fucker.
So that's like 6 years?
Yeah. We've known each other for 6 years. That's insane.
It's crazy.
That is insane.
And DD Mods, thank you for your additional dollar donation. He donated again just to say thanks.
Hey.
I hope that helps you out.
Ayo.
Sweet. All right. Well, guys, it's about 8 o'clock.
Johnson's.
Johnson's. Oh, yeah, we got Johnson's.
Really quick, Zachary, thank you very much for picking up a Bitwit overclock ceramic mug, as well as a tri-blend shirt. Thank you, sir. And we've also got one from Adam.
Zachary gets a double. Wait, Zach gets a double Johnson.
Zachary.
Also got a mug.
Double
also
Johnson?
got the pub glass. Ooh,
well,
Lovely.
Brilliant. We've also got one from Adam for picking up a BIOS flasher shirt in heavy metal gray.
Adam gets a double Johnson.
Hey, double.
Also got a Zero Insertion Force shirt, just like the one I'm wearing right now.
Ayo, and Jeffrey as well for picking up a Stay Positive hoodie that you did get $10 off on because of the special discount that's going on right now. Thank you very much, sir. And I think that's all that I have for my half of the show for this half.
I have a Johnson from Mitchell.
Mitchell!
Thank you, Mitchell from Nebraska. Got a white logo Triblend t-shirt as well as a mug.
Mitchell.
Thank you so much, Mitchell.
Woo!
And then we got one more Johnson for Alan.
Alan!
Thank you so much, Alan. Got an 11-ounce mug and the white logo black t-shirt.
Thank you, Alan.
It's glorious.
Thank you.
Glorious and wonderful.
Brilliant.
All right, thanks
That's
you
gonna do
guys. You guys are great. We love doing the live show.
We love you.
We're gonna keep it up.
You're the best.
This is episode 93. We gotta plan something for the 100th episode.
Yes. If you guys have any ideas, feel free to tweet at us.
Yeah, tweet us.
Of ideas that you would like to see us do for the 100th episode.
Put it in the comments.
I'm at Bitwit Kyle, and he's at Paul Hardware. Please tweet at us ideas that you would like to see us do for the 100th episode, because we do not have the time to really think of creatively on what we should really do for that episode.
I got nothing right now.
I got nothing. We got nothing. We need your help. So
We'll
please,
figure it out.
suggestions are always welcome. But yeah,
Anyway,
as far as after party,
Thumbs up button.
I might play some H1Z1 later tonight.
Okay.
Depending on Wifey Sauce. If Wifey Sauce wants to play, then I'm down, and I have to oblige her and play with her, which I'm cool with.
Okay.
I'm cool with it.
Well, text me if you do.
Okay.
And I will also be tentative but possible.
Okay.
For that as well.
Indeed.
Final thing for this half of the show, which theoretically we have in the thing. Yes, we do. We're gonna do a host, and we're gonna host our good friend Steve.
Steve. OMG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he streaming right now?
Burial Grounds apparently.
Sweet.
So guys, if you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube as well, go over to twitch.tv/burialgrounds. BURIAL.
Or if you want to stay tuned on our channel right here, I'm about to host it right here. It'll do it automatically, and just raid the shit out of him and tell him we sent you. Paul and Cal sent you.
Tell Steve we said hi,
and just tell him we said hi, and just like fuck his world.
Yeah,
just fuck his world
fuck it
upside
right
down.
It's gonna be awesome.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. Fuck yes.
We'll see you all soon or next week or whenever that happens.
Indeed. Good night.
Bye.